We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for Sunday, August 24th. We've got all 30 teams playing today for Major League Baseball, and we've, of course, got our 5 best bets for this 15-game slate. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Also, today on Greedo Plays MMA, we're going to have our Dana White's Contender Series. Oh, there we go. Dana White's Contender Series predictions for week number 3. College football predictions, what I was getting to. College football predictions for the entire week number 1 is out tomorrow. We have so many games to go over, and I'm going to crap all over Stanford football for somehow losing in Honolulu, Hawaii. Anyways, folks, again, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Go check out Greedo Plays MMA as we move on now to the first of our 5 best bets today for Major League Baseball. Kicking things off with our best player prop of the day. I'm eliminating the Nerfy today. I understand our Nerfy hit yesterday. Shout out to Kyle Freeland and Mike Burrows in that Rockies-Pirates game. There's just not a Nerfy I particularly like today, so instead I'm just going to go 3 money lines, okay? Anyways, our first player prop, our only player prop today, and our first bet is Paul Skenes over 7.5 strikeouts. Something's fishy here, okay? Something's fishy. Because in games in which Paul Skenes goes more than 5 innings, he easily clears 7.5 strikeouts, at least in the last month and a half. I know that's a lot to ask for out of any pitcher, right? Asking a pitcher to go out there and get you 8 strikeouts and that to be not a overwhelming favorite, to be a decent favorite is something. It goes to show, and I don't want this to turn into a Paul Skenes glazed fest, but it goes to show how great of a pitcher this guy is. When, again, 7.5 strikeouts is likely to go over for him. Again, this is a guy who is in firm control of the NL Cy Young race. I guess Christopher Sanchez is making a play at this point, but I would be very shocked if this is not Paul Skenes' award. 2.16 ERA. He's got this thing. I get it in the month of August. Skenes actually has not been all that great. Guys, expect him to lock the hell in today, though. It's the Rockies. So again, we are only concerning ourselves today with the strikeout numbers. And we can look at Skenes' last 5 starts. 4 out of those 5 starts, he's gotten more than 7.5 strikeouts. Obviously, 8 strikeouts. Now, in 3 out of those 5, he's gotten exactly 8. Against the Blue Jays in his last start, he goes 6 innings and 8 strikeouts. Against the Reds on August 7th, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. And against the Rockies in that weird start at Coors Field, Skenes goes 5 innings and 8 Ks. The other start where he didn't get 8 Ks was against the Brewers, 4 innings, 4 strikeouts. Skenes is, I don't know, that's like the one team that does not, get phased at all by Paul Skenes is the Milwaukee Brewers for good reason. Obviously, that's the best team right now in the National League. It is what it is. The other start at the last 5 for Skenes we need to mention, July 27th against the Arizona Diamondbacks. He goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, and he gets 9 strikeouts. Again, though, the common denominator in all these games in which Skenes has gone over this mark is that he's gone more than 4 innings. If Skenes gets into the 5th inning, he's more than likely going to reach the strikeout prop. On top of that, it is the Colorado Rockies. And I get it. Skenes only, went 5 innings in the first time out against Colorado. You really need to, look at that game to understand what happened. Paul Skenes it was smooth sailing through the first 4 innings. He gets into that 5th against Colorado. Beck hits the 3-run home run that literally bounces off the top of the wall. And it's right field at Coors Field. It bounces on the very top, bounces over the fence. And then Brenton Doyle knocks in a run before Skenes gets charged on Skenes. It was Warming Burnable is the guy who scored, and it gets charged on Paul Skenes. It is what it is, man. It's a weird start. Weird things happen in Colorado, just like how weird things happen at Chase Field. Some of these, these teams in the National League West who, they don't have great pitching, but they just score. They're odd teams to figure out. Again, this was just the weird series between the Pirates and the Rockies. They had a game on Monday on August 1st or Friday, August 1st. The Rockies won 17-16. The Pirates had a 9-0 lead in the first inning and they lost. It was just a really odd series, and Colorado really found itself hitting-wise in that series. Ultimately they haven't continued to do that, but it's okay. I think Skenes will easily go over this line today. It just makes sense to me. I'd expect him to go 6 innings. And especially, too, you got to realize where the Pirates are at this season. You got to realize where Paul Skenes is at this point of the year. All right, we're in August. It's August 24th. He has probably 7 more starts left, give or take. 6, 7 more starts, 8 more starts. He needs to start putting together really good numbers, and he needs to go deeper into games, better strikeout numbers, and obviously he needs to shut down Colorado. Again, I think the argument's over. I get it. Christopher Sanchez is having a really good year. I would be shocked, and like Skenes would need to completely, crap the bed from here on out. Because Sanchez has been good, but Sanchez's ERA is, zero point 0.4 points higher than Skenes is, and it's just, Skenes has got more strikeouts. Skenes got a way better whip. It would really shock me if Sanchez won the award. But Skenes does need to have a really good end of the season. I think this is only the start of that. You're against Colorado, one of the worst lineups in baseball. You go in there, you easily, slice your way through this lineup. I think Paul Skenes is going to get 8 strikeouts today, minus 125 on the line for him. I'm seeing this anywhere from minus 125 to minus 130. I believe it's playable up to minus 135, actually. Paul Skenes over 7.5 strikeouts against the Colorado Rockies. We move on now to our second best bet of the video. Let's go to our first money line of the day. Again, we're going 3 money lines today. It actually is more of a combination of the fact that, there's not an Nerfy I love, and also, I just like 3 money lines today. The 3 money lines I have today, I like quite a lot. I'll say it right now. There are 2 money lines where we have, I wouldn't say sizable favorites, but decent favorites. Obviously, the first one being the Baltimore Orioles. We'll get to our second one in a little bit. And then the last money line we have, I think it's great value. I think it's tremendous value, and we'll talk about that and why I don't completely understand the odds at the end of the video. Anyways, our second best bet will come here at Camden Yards. Baltimore Orioles, Houston Astros. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Give me the Baltimore Orioles. I feel like we talk about Trevor Rogers every single time he starts for the Orioles for good reason. This run out of Trevor Rogers is absolutely crazy. I did not see it coming. 1.41 ERA, 1.29 ERA in the month of August. Just look what he has done recently. In the month of August alone, Trevor Rogers, 28 innings, 20 hits, 4 runs in 28 innings. Again, if you're keeping track, that's 1 every 7 innings. Trevor Rogers gives up a run. Crazy stuff. Like, absolutely insane stuff out of the guy. Look at his last start in July on top of that. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run against the Colorado Rockies. I mean, the guy is legitimately lights out right now for Baltimore. Every single game that he pitches, he puts his team in the best possible spot to win their games. Look at his last 6 starts. All but 1. Do the Baltimore Orioles win the 1 game that they lost with Rogers in the bump? Yeah, he went 8 innings, 4 hits, and 1 run at Wrigley Field against the Chicago Cubs. Trevor Rogers is changing games for Baltimore right now. Spencer Arrighetti is starting for the Houston Astros tonight. Yeah, okay. Combination of Arrighetti going for Houston and Rogers going for Baltimore. Sign me up every day of the week for the Orioles. I get it. Baltimore has lost the first 3 games of the series. The first game was not that tightly contested on Thursday. Friday and Saturday's games, 10-7 win for the Astros, 9-8 win for the Astros. Those are really competitive games. They really are. And Christian Walker has gone yard now in 3 straight games. Guys, that's not going to continue, okay? I will be damned if Christian Walker hits home runs in 4 straight games, and on top of that, against Trevor Rogers, who has been lights out all season long, okay? This seems to me like, again, final game of the series is getaway day for Houston. You're facing Baltimore's best pitcher. The Orioles have been right there so far in this series. It just makes sense that the Orioles take this game. And oh, by the way, again, Spencer Arrighetti is going, who's got a 7 ERA this season. ERA in the month of August since his return is 7.9. I'll detail you all 3 of his starts since his return. August 6th against the Marlins on the road, 3 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs. Astros lose. Against the Red Sox, 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs. Actually, not a horrible start. Well, no, 5 walks against the Red Sox. Astros lose 14-1. Last start against the Tigers on August 18th. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. Astros lose 10-0. ERA of 7.9 in the month. ERA of 7 as a whole in 2025. Why do they still start this guy? I just don't get it. He had 1 good start. It was his first start of the year. Second game of the year for the Astros against the New York Metropolitans. He goes 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. Back on March 29th. Since then, Arrighetti hasn't been good. That's the easiest way to put it. I don't know why he's still making starts for this team and why he's not coming out of the bullpen at this point. But Houston's, they're staying on course. They're going to continue to try this, at least for now. I get it. Baltimore is not some juggernaut offensively. They will be able to do enough, though. Yesterday, they scored 8 runs in the loss, right? Javier was starting for Houston. It is what it is. The Baltimore lineup will find ways to hit against Arrighetti. I'm looking at Jackson Holiday. I'm looking at Gunnar Henderson, Ryan Mountcastle. Again, it is a thin lineup right now. I understand. Hell, Jeremiah Jackson's killing the baseball right now. Jackson went yard yesterday. He's batting .339 on the season. Shout out to Jeremiah Jackson, man. I've always been a believer out of the former Salt Lake City Bees player, obviously, in Jackson, formerly in the Angels org. I like the Astros to lose in the spot. Again, the pitching matchup is just not on their side. The Orioles, simply put, win games with Trevor Williams pitch. Trevor Rogers, my goodness. Can't say Trevor Williams. That's a huge difference. The Orioles win games with Trevor Rogers on the bump. And the Astros lose games with Spencer Arrighetti on the bump. Huge difference. I'm taking the Baltimore Orioles fairly easily in this game. They have to win one of these games, I believe. Houston is the better team, don't get me wrong. But this lineup's just not going to be able to come through against Trevor Rogers. Jesus Sanchez has been hot. Christian Walker has been hot. That's great. And they're bound to cool down today against Trevor Rogers. Baltimore, again, a minus 145-ish favorite for a reason. We're absolutely taking the minus 140 favorite, Give me Baltimore Orioles money line at home at Camden Yards to beat the Houston Astros. We move on now to our third best bet of the video. Let's go to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. It pains me to do this, but I have to do it. Philadelphia Phillies team total over 5.5 runs. Yeah, again, we're taking the over. Phil's score 6 yesterday against the Nationals. Mitchell Parker. I'll get to Mitchell Parker in a second. I can't take it anymore. Mitch's ERA is up to 6. Oh my goodness. Jake Irvin starting today for the Nationals. So if you've been watching the channel, again, you've probably gotten to hear a lot of what I've had to say about the Washington Nationals this season. We literally talk about them on a nightly occurrence, okay? There are 2 guys in the starting rotation that we kind of know are automatic L's, or if it's not an automatic L, it's all right, we need to score 1 million runs to stay in the ballgame. Those 2 pitchers are Jake Irvin and Mitchell Parker. Irvin has not been great this year, 5.3 ERA. He's been way worse, though. Oh, Mitch Parker. However, Jake Irvin's August has been atrociously horrible. Jake Irvin in the month of August has a 9.3 ERA. Oh, brother. That's so horrible. Starts against the Brewers, Giants, Royals, and Mets. Against the Brewers, 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs. Against the Giants, 5 1/3, 8 hits, 4 runs. Royals, 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. Metropolitans, 6 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. I just can't take it anymore. Can't. Because yes, here I am. I still watch every Nationals game. We are 23 under. Ooh, it sucks. It does. It's a horrible product. Thanks, Learner family. Like Jake, his thing like in the early summer was, all right, at least Jake Irvin's going to eat innings. ERA's in the mid 4s. It's up to 5.3 now, guys. The Phillies are going to bomb Jake Irvin tonight. Irvin hasn't seen the Phillies since April 30th. That was a game played at the bank. And what did Jake Irvin do in that game? Went 6 innings, 8 hits, and 6 runs. Again, at least he 8 innings in that start, but again, the Phillies dominated him the last time Irvin had to pitch against Philly on the road. I'd expect the Phillies to dominate yet again. This lineup is too good to not have 6 runs on Jake Irvin. 5.5's a lot for a team total over. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a lot when you're considering the starting pitcher that they are up against, again, has a 5.3 ERA. All right. We let Harrison Bader get 3 hits against us yesterday. What? Right? But again, that's the top of the lineup alone. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. That's just too much. I'm telling you, 2 out of those 3 guys are going to homer today. If I had to guess, probably Schwarber and Harper. Yeah, those are the 2 guys I would guess are going to go yard today. It's just a perfect matchup for both those lefties against a righty and Jake Irvin. So the team total over for Philadelphia today is 5.5. I fully expect them to get that done. Minus 115. That's just a great line. I don't know who's worse, Jake Irvin or Mitch Parker. It probably is Mitch Parker. Hey, shout out to Mitch, though, yesterday, right? The overhit in that game. It was a little shaky early because both him and Nola were locked in for the first 3 innings, and then Mitchell Parker has to give up 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. So yesterday, Mitchell Parker ruined the Nationals' chances to go to the playoffs, all right? Guys, we need to go 32-1 now for the rest of the season to make the playoffs. I just don't think it's possible. Now, if, again, we won yesterday, we're looking at, 31-2, maybe it's doable. But Mitch Parker, man, I think he just ruined it for us. I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to wave the white flag this season on making the playoffs. It pains me to say that, but Mitchell Parker, yet again, shits the bed for the Nationals. ERA is up to 6 on the season for Mitchell Parker, and I don't know how anyone in the org can continue to watch this and say, you know what? Let's keep throwing Mitch out once every 5 days. And I've said again, I'm not even advocating for a Mitch Parker DFA. All we have to do is move him to the bullpen. Again, I keep telling you, Shinosuke has a spot on this team in the bullpen. So will Mitchell Parker. Just, again, come to the conclusion like we did with Jackson Rutledge and Cole Henry. This guy is not a major league starter. Try him out in the bullpen. And again, we've seen varying results, obviously. Henry much better than Rutledge. But those guys have found kind of their spot in the major league roster. Mitchell Parker, there is no spot for him as a starting pitcher, right? And here's the bad thing about yesterday's game. The Nats are, a scrappy bunch. It's a joke that they're the scrappy Nats, but this team's down 6-1 in the 5th inning. They come back, scored 3 straight runs. Abrams homers, Luis Garcia homers. Garcia knocks in James Wood with the double. They had a shot in the 8th inning. They brought the go-ahead run to the plate in the top of the 8th inning. Ultimately, they couldn't convert. That's okay. It's going to happen, especially again with Johan Duran closing in the top of the 9th inning. But this team is they're closer than you think they are. And then you look at their record, and they're 23 games under 500. So again, to make the playoffs, right, we need to win 32 out of our last 33 games. It's probably not going to happen, okay? Something's telling me that's probably not going to go our way. Thanks, Mitch, right? Could have been, 31-2 the rest of the year. We could be there. But ultimately, the team's closer than you think it is. We just need to eliminate our starting pitchers of Jake Irvin and Mitchell Parker. I'm so excited to see what Irvin does today against the Phillies. Last time he pitched in Philly again, they scored 6 runs on him. But hey, at least Jake's ERA of 5.3 is better than Mitch's of 6. Can't take it. On to our 4th best bet of the video. Again, only money lines from here on out. Okay, here's the thing about the Reds and Diamondbacks. I really hope I'm not jumping on the Diamondbacks too late. We have faded Arizona quite a bit. I wouldn't say quite a bit. We faded them some throughout this winning streak, and it has not gone our way. Albeit we faded them in 2 games out of the 3. 2 games out of the 4. But I hope I'm not jumping on too late here. I'm taking Arizona to win 5 in a row. They lost 4 in a row to the Rockies and one of the Guardians. They win 4 in a row, right? Back-to-back against the Guards and the Reds, or 2 against the Reds and then 2 against the Guards, then 2 against the Reds. Again, I'm hoping I didn't jump on too late to this. Think we're okay. I thought we didn't do this game yesterday. I thought the Reds were going to beat the Diamondbacks yesterday. Okay, I didn't pick it just because I can't trust Cincinnati offensively. But I mean, Andrew Abbott was going for them, and no, the Diamondbacks completely dominated the game. They won 10-1. Pitching matchup today: Zach Gallen, Brady Singer. I think we're all right. Brady Singer's been really good recently. I understand that. Singer in his last, 21 2/3 innings in the month of August has only given up 5 runs, and 4 of those actually came in 1 start in Pittsburgh against the Pirates. I'm telling you, though, Arizona right now is just on one of their weird runs where everyone's hitting. There's so many tough outs in the lineup. And Zach Gallen's going, and Gallen has been serviceable. I mean, sure, in all fairness, Brady Singer has been better in the month of August, but Gallen legitimately is just right there. Gallen's been neck and neck with Singer in terms of ERA and production so far in the month. So that doesn't really concern me. The biggest thing, and this is why I'm fading Cincinnati today, guys, is their offense. The Reds' offense has been so piss poor the last 3 games, dating back to that final game they played in Anaheim against the Angels, where they scored 1 run, right? They played that extra innings game in the 11th inning on Friday. They should have won that game, but they didn't. They found a way to lose, and they were getting shut down through the first 6 innings of that game. They found a way to crawl their way back in, scratch and claw their way back into extra innings. Ultimately, they lose. And then yesterday was just an abysmal performance for Cincinnati. I mean, it's embarrassing for a team that's trying to make the playoffs. Here's a stat. The Diamondbacks are kind of, approaching the Reds right now. If Arizona wins this game, they're 4.5 games out of the playoffs. Well, assuming the Mets lose today, which I don't know. But let's just, for the sake of argument, say the Mets lose today, Diamondbacks win. The D-backs are 4.5 games out of the playoffs. And the Reds would be 3.5 out of the playoffs. What does this mean for us, or just in general? This means that the Mets are probably making the playoffs, because the Mets could play, I'm serious, the Mets could play 500 baseball the rest of the way, and they're probably still getting in. And I think, again, the Mets will probably play a little bit better than 500 for the rest of the year. Playoffs starting out, the Dodgers are going on the road to Chicago. Don't get me started on the Dodgers. That's a quick side note. I hate that team, man. Whenever we pick the Dodgers, they just, 1 hit yesterday? What are we doing? Really? 2 hits yesterday? Ugh. Anyways, what this is saying is that the Reds are not making the playoffs. This is crazy. You get your opportunity. The Mets lose games. The Nationals help you out by winning a series against the New York Metropolitans, and you can't take advantage at all. And it's just, this offense is so crap. It's so horrible. Ellie's their only source of production. I mean, guys, the D-backs yesterday started Nabil Crismatt, and they won. Crismatt won four innings? 4 innings, 0 runs against Crismatt in 2025. Yeah, all right, just pack it up, dude. I'm serious. The Reds need to pack it up. Guys, I don't know. Arizona's weird. Are we looking at Arizona sneaking their way in the playoffs? After they trade Gino, they trade Naylor. Like, is this a legitimate thing that could happen? I don't think it is. Like, I think the Mets, for as much as I hate the Metropolitans, I'd be shocked if they don't get in at this point, just because, again, the team that I thought could catch them was Cincinnati. That's obviously not happening. Just like the Guardians playoff push is over. The Royals, guys, are 3 games out of the playoffs. How did that happen? They've lost back-to-back games. KC's right there somehow. So I'm taking Arizona. Zach Gallen, again, talking about Zach Gallen and Brady Singer, they are on par with each other. Okay, which lineup is producing right now? It's Arizona, okay? You look at the top of their lineup, obviously they got the speedsters, but Ketel, Perdomo, Lourdes hitting the ball really well right now. Hit another home run yesterday. Corbin Carroll. Gabby Moreno's back. He's been hitting fairly well. And they just have a sneaky, weird bottom of the lineup that kind of produces. Blaze Alexander, Jake McCarthy, Alec Thomas when he's in the lineup. Not Ildemaro Vargas. Love Vargas, kind of, but like, that's not a guy. If you see Vargas starting today, it's an automatic out at the bottom of the lineup. Pavin Smith, kind of produces. And that's the thing, right? Yesterday, D-backs went without Pavin Smith in the lineup. They go to Tyler Locklear at first. He's batting 190. Well, now, okay, righty in the game pitching in Brady Singer. Here comes Pavin Smith at first base. Like, it's just, Arizona's in a much better spot to win, honestly, on paper. Arizona's in a much better spot to win today's game than they were to win yesterday's game. Again, Andrew Abbott started for the Reds, and he went 4 innings, 8 hits, and 6 runs. I cannot trust Cincinnati at all, and they score 1 run off of Nabil Crismatt and the horrible Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen. Okay? This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous out of Cincinnati. D-backs money line -130. Zach Gallen, I believe, is going to have a day. I think Arizona will get to Brady Singer at least more. The D-backs will get to Brady Singer more than Cincinnati's going to be able to get to Zach Gallen, which legitimately, like, Arizona needs to score 2 runs. Okay? I know the D-backs bullpen is shaky. The Reds lineup sucks. So, it is the movable object versus the stoppable force. Okay? What's going to happen? Give me Arizona money line. They're at home too, -130. Yes, the D-backs are sweeping the Reds, and Arizona kind of is back in the playoff hunt. The Mets are getting in, unfortunately. Hey, Mets will get swept in the first round, though. Like, that's not a doubt in my mind. They are going to go to San Diego in the first round or Los Angeles, and they are getting swept. On to our final best bet of the video. So I told you again at the beginning of the video, 2 money lines, 2 favorites. Third money line, I love the value. Red Sox +140. Sunday Night Baseball, Boston has dominated the Yankees. In this series, this season, Boston's seen, a good amount of success in the Bronx, obviously. They are 5-1 in New York this season. They are 8-1 against the Yankees in general. So I look at the matchup again, just, based off the rest of the season, Boston's played New York really well, and they've played the Yankees really well in the Bronx. So far this series, Thursday, a 6-3 victory for the Red Sox, a 1-0 victory on Friday, and then a 12-1 victory yesterday. And what we said that the Red Sox needed to do yesterday, and they won 12-1, it wasn't close, right? Garrett Crochet dominates. What we said needed to happen for Boston was Crochet needs to dominate, and the Red Sox need to have a big lead, for when Crochet goes out the game. Because we knew that the 2 top relievers for Boston were not available, obviously. Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman, because they had pitched back-to-back games on Thursday and Friday night in New York. So we knew Chapman and Whitlock were not available. What happens? Yeah, the Red Sox are going to win the game by 10-plus runs. So not even a thought, obviously, of, does Chapman have to go 3 games in a row? Obviously not. So now, on Sunday, you insert those guys back in the frame. Okay? Whitlock and Chapman will be available to pitch out the bullpen today. Yankees can't hit right now. This is not just a Crochet thing, right? It was a Giancarlo Stanton solo home run was the only source of offense yesterday for the Yankees, okay? They can't hit in general right now. It's not just a Crochet thing. Look at Saturday's game, or Friday's game, excuse me. Bello goes 7 innings, 7 great innings. Look at Thursday's game. Lucas Giolito, who's been serviceable, has a serviceable game. And then you bring in that Boston bullpen. New York doesn't score once. They get all the runs off of Giolito early, and then Boston takes over. Obviously, Roman Anthony, it's the big home run in the 9th inning. Nathaniel Lowe continues to produce. It is what it is. The Red Sox own the Yankees right now. They just do. I don't know why the Yankees are such a big favorite. Minus 180 compared to plus 140 for Boston. Make it make sense for me, okay? I think it's a starting pitching matchup. It's that Carlos Rodon's going for the Yankees and Dustin May's going for Boston. Okay, well, Rodon's been good. I'm not going to deny that. His ERA in the month of August is 3.57. You take away that one Marlins start where he struggled and couldn't go deep into the game. Yeah, Rodon's been good. Last 3 starts, all 3 victories for the Yankees against the Rangers. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. Twins, 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. Rays on the road in Tampa, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Okay, I'm not going to deny that, right? Rodon's been good. We're not going to talk about how Dustin May's been really effective so far as a Red Sox. He struggled in his first start. He did. Against the Royals. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. Okay, he's locked in since. 2 last starts for May. Against the Astros, 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs. Against the O's, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. I will take that out of Dustin May. I really will. And again, look how the Yankees are hitting. I don't, guys, do we think the Yankees are showing up in primetime here? No. Against a team that they're 1-8 against this season? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'm taking Boston here, and I don't even think it's that close. Well, I think the game will be close, but the pick here, even if we lose, knock on wood, we lose this. If we lose for a plus 140 here for Boston, I don't mind it. That's just too good a value to pass up on. And oh, by the way, you know who comes into New York after this? The Washington Nationals. And we get Brad Lord, Mackenzie Gore, and Katie Cavalli in 3 straight games. Guys, we might sweep the Yankees. I'm so serious. We might go into the Bronx, and we might sweep that team, and I will laugh so hard. We might not win the Max Fried game. No, we will. I don't know. I'm going to put the cards on the table for that series. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Best believe I'm going Nats money line tomorrow. Yeah, Brad Lord, Cam Schittler. Oh, hell yeah. Schittler, excuse me. Anyways, Red Sox can't hit. Sorry, Yankees can't hit off the Red Sox. Yankees are going to continue not to know how to hit next week. It's the 3 best Nats pitchers. And I think Dustin May is going to be good tonight. Red Sox lineup has been scoring runs. Yankees lineup, again, horrible. I mean, look how many runs yesterday that Boston got for Crochet. And sure, again, they really blew up late in that game. But, I mean, it was never in doubt, right? Boston was controlling that game throughout. Crochet had 6 runs of support early, 5 runs of support. I'm not concerned at all about this, at least in terms of, New York scoring off of May and May getting blown up like we saw throughout the course of the year in Los Angeles. I think he's going to be fine here. I don't think the Yankees show up on Sunday night. Rodon, it's not like Rodon's Rodon's been good, but guys, Dustin May's numbers are on par with Carlos Rodon right now. And again, nothing matters if you can't score runs. The Yankees can't score runs right now. Give me the Boston Red Sox on the road plus 140. Folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on August 24th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.